It started innocently enough. One crisp October evening, I stepped onto my porch to find a single shoe, a worn leather boot, size 10, caked in mud. I figured some hiker lost it near the woods behind my house. I tossed it in the trash and thought nothing of it. The next night, there was another, smaller this time, a sneaker, maybe size 8. A dark wet stain glistened on the toe. I squinted at it under the porch light. Blood, not a lot, but enough to make my stomach twist. I told myself it was probably an animal's, maybe a rabbit caught by a fox, and I threw it out, locked the door, and double-checked the windows. And by the third night, I was waiting. At midnight, I peeked through the blinds. Nothing at first, just the wind rustling through the trees. Then, a soft thump. I flung the door open, heart pounding, but the porch was empty except for a child's shoe, size 5, soaked in crimson. The blood was fresh, dripping onto the wood. I grabbed the flashlight and scanned the yard. The wood stared back, silent and black. On the fourth night, I stayed up with a baseball bat. The clock ticked past midnight, and there it was again, that faint thump. This time, it was a toddler's slipper, barely a size 2, so drenched in blood it looked like it'd been dipped in a bucket of it. A tiny trail of red dots led from the shoe to the edge of the porch, then vanished into the grass. I didn't sleep that night. The fifth night, I set up a camera, and I wasn't crazy. I'd catch whatever was doing this, and at 3 a.m., the footage showed static, then cleared to reveal a baby's booty, no bigger than a thumb, sitting in a puddle of gore. Something moved in the shadows. A flicker. Too fast to make it out. I rewound the tape, frame by frame, and froze. There, in the corner, was a figure, hunched, pale, its limbs too long, its eyes glistening like wet grass. It held something small, squirming in its claw-like hands. Last night, I didn't sleep. I sat on the porch, bat in hand, waiting. The thump came at dawn. I looked down. There was a doll's shoe, microscopic, smeared with blood so thick it oozed onto my fingers when I picked it up. The sound came from the woods, a low gruntled chuckle. I dropped the shoe and ran inside, bolting the door. Tonight, I'm not going out there, but as I sit here, and I hear it, a faint thump on the porch. Something's out there, and I know it's not done. The shoes are getting smaller. What happens when there's nothing left to leave?